Hello everyone, welcome to the latest episode of Energy Dialogue with HCL Tech. I am Rajiv Kumar and today we will be discussing about how to harness AI in revolutionizing workflow for EPC enterprises. With one of the leading voices in the industry, Geeta Ramamurthy. She is the Managing Director of KBR India. Geeta, welcome and thank you for joining us. It is a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Rajiv. It's an honor and pleasure for me to be a part of Energy Dialogues today.
Thank you. Together, HCL Tech and KBR have forged a powerful partnership that redefines the possible in oil and gas engineering. What truly sets us apart is our seamless integration. We have embraced new technologies like 3D simulation and scaled up rapidly to meet KBR's project needs with our dedicated offshore delivery center in India. So Geeta, you have been in this industry for a long time. What are the key trends that you see in this EPC industry? And how do external factors, and especially given the geopolitical situation, what are you seeing the impact of all this on EPC business and the key trends?
Thanks, Rajiv. That's a very pertinent question. What we are seeing is an increase in demand for sustainable infrastructure and digital transformation. There is growing regulatory pressure to use sustainable materials, reduce carbon footprint, and meet ESG standards. And this is also a result of the fact that margins are under pressure due to competition and cost inflation in materials and equipment. For example, EPC solar contractors in India saw landed costs rise due to countervailing duties on Chinese imports. And we are increasingly also seeing the rise of modular and prefabricated construction methods. These are gaining ground because off-site manufacturing is really helping reduce the schedule and cost. Also, the material costs are going up and overall project costs are also increasing. These are starting to impact large-scale EPC projects. In some cases, the projects were stalled. In some cases, the projects were moving to the right. So we really see the impact of all this having, a ramification in the industry. And there's an increasing drive to build more local supply chain or closer to the project location. Due to the above, we also see that risk management has become critical and there's a need for supply chain diversification. We are increasingly seeing a higher focus on differentiated EPC offerings to look at providing holistic solutions across the entire value chain. So these are some of the trends we are seeing as a result of, the geopolitical changes, and the tariff impact is really, all pervasive. But this is opening the doors for newer models in terms of the value chain that we are looking at, in terms of the value propositions we are looking at, and in terms of the supply chain itself, where, we are being able to adapt ourselves to the, situation that's arising.
That's very insightful, Geeta. Given the situation that we find ourselves in, especially you talked about how it presents a big opportunity to leverage technology. From our perspective, our vantage point as a technology company, what we feel is this is the right time where AI can be leveraged in enhancing how some of these processes are run. So I guess my next question is how you are using AI to enhance the project plannings and scheduling, optimizing procurement and supply chain management, and improve risk management and performance monitoring.
I think the key for us has been that, we are trying to turn these challenges into opportunities. So AI is definitely, helping improve project planning through predictive scheduling and optimizing the engineering design. As an example, AI-powered, generative algorithms, they help produce what-if construction schedules automatically. And that helps us to very rapidly iterate and come up with, alternative schedules to help optimize the engineering design and also move towards smarter construction scenarios. AI is also helping in dynamic planning, where real-time update from site sensors and IoT devices feed into AI systems to trigger changes to scheduling. Besides this, in the area of labor and equipment optimization as well, AI is really helping because it helps forecast the resource and machinery needs, allowing us to reallocate those resources dynamically, thereby minimize idle time. AI application is also helping improve energy efficiency and reducing construction costs, as I mentioned earlier, through predictive modeling. And this is going to be a game changer in days to come. And via predictive procurement, smart supplier selection, and inventory optimization, we will be able to optimize the entire procurement and supply chain process. And this can potentially result in cost savings of about 10 to 20%. Not only this, it helps ensure health and safety at construction sites through AI-powered drones, ensuring compliance and detecting potential hazards in real time. So AI can be a powerful enabler for driving better health and safety at construction sites. Quality control of construction materials is also something that AI is helping with by using the machine learning models to detect defects much earlier in the process. Because bringing all of this together by leveraging the data is going to be very powerful for us. I also believe that by using natural language processing models, we can review the contract clauses and identify penalty triggers. So that will help us to mitigate risks as we go forward. AI-powered risk management is quite key, and this can help reduce unplanned risks of up to easily 30%. So in summary, AI application across supply chain and procurement is helping to increase speed, improve the efficiency, reduce risks, improve sustainability, and enhance competitiveness.
That is very insightful, Geeta. What we see, while efficiency is the key, delivering the sustainable way of doing a large EPC project and construction projects with enhanced safety, which is at the core of how EPC industry works. So very happy to hear that, and it aligns with how we see things in the industry as well.
That leads me to a question about what you are doing in HCL to leverage AI. How are you seeing AI adaptability across the oil and gas industry from all the work that you're doing for your clients in this sector?
Yeah, sure. So Geeta, we are seeing AI becoming mainstream across the value chain in oil and gas. We are seeing adoption of AI in several forms and shapes, right from the physical AI at the edge to make quick and better decisions, leveraging some of these embedded AI technology in the field operations. At the same time, we are seeing significant adoption of AI in better interpretation and modeling. And another area that is AI is playing a significant role in how do you enhance the life of the asset that you are operating, because that's a big cost area. All the oil and gas clients of ours can see a rising cost of equipment and the maintenance. On top of that, there are certain other areas that we see AI being used very effectively is using some of the neo technology like VisionX for a better operations, which includes not just the operational efficiency, but also safety and security. It enhances the ability to run large scale facilities in a much efficient way. Digital twin, I talked about physical AI. So smart twin is becoming mainstream now, which is helping clients improve their operational efficiency as well as maintainability. And the important thing is now operations and maintenance are coming together, and these smart twins powered by AI are helping them do what if scenario for their operations. For EPC clients, we are seeing, and you touched on that, project management is a big part. Traditional project management approach is now adopting AI in better scheduling. We call it smart scheduling. At the same time, integrating the project management as on the contractor side and operator side to seamlessly exchange data as well, which has historically been a big challenge. So AI is helping codify some of those information so that both operator and the EPC contractor can exchange information seamlessly. Apart from that, on the typical IT side of our house, we are seeing AI adoption to improve the efficiency of the software lifecycle as well, and enhance the accuracy of the code as well as the reliability of the code, because security first. So it helps us improve efficiency on the coding. It helps us better cybersecurity aspects implemented into that as well. So if I summarize this, there are better efficiency on the software lifecycle management and IT operations, physical AI to drive efficiency on the operations, and then modeling simulations to help make better decisions. I would categorize, these are the areas that we are seeing significant adoption of AI. That leads me to another question, Geeta. What are the potential challenges that you are facing in implementing an AI-enabled solution in your landscape?
You're absolutely right. We are working with multiple stakeholders in the EPC sector, and each one of these stakeholders is in a different stage of digital adoption and digital maturity. So some of the challenges that we've seen so far in implementing AI solutions are data silos to begin with, because there is no standardized approach or standardized formats when it comes to data, and vendors, subcontractors, asset owners, clients, integrators, they all have different formats and different approaches in terms of how they manage the data, what type of, and without getting that sort of standardization and better data management, application of AI is not going to be a success. So that's one of the challenges we've seen. The second challenge could be data quality, because there could be inconsistencies in the data. And this is a big challenge for us when we try to, leverage AI. And without cleaning the data, without ensuring the data is fit for purpose, you really can't move ahead on the journey. The third thing, which follows on from this is lack of integration across systems. It always comes in the way of us being able to, adopt AI, across the value chain. And I also want to mention that sometimes there is resistance from the workforce itself, because there is sometimes a lack of trust in terms of the the data that is generated by AI, and also because this industry that we are dealing with is safety critical, there is an inherent feeling of being averse to taking on something new, relying on the output that's generated using AI. So we are going through some of these challenges when we try to apply AI generated solutions. The other thing that I also want to mention about is the high upfront cost. And sometimes the ROI is not immediately visible when you start, implementing AI-powered solutions. It takes longer, so it calls for discipline, patience, and persistence. You can't have a project-based approach to, application of AI. It is going to have a slightly different, lead time to be able to generate the level of ROI you're looking at. There is also security issues coming from the data and the confidentiality of data that is very key as we deal with multiple stakeholders here. And use of cloud-based AI tools also raises concerns. Last but not the least, I think there is always a resistance to change, resistance to embrace new technologies or new ways of working. And I think solutions to achieve this include implementing a data governance framework with clear ownership and data cleaning protocols. Integrated data platforms are going to be really, really helpful here. So trying to get that integrated, data platform is going to be very, very helpful. And you use AI-ready tools that again, is going to make the process simpler and faster. I think fundamentally, we also need to recognize that companies in the engineering space or the EPC space cannot do it by themselves. So we have to leverage the partner ecosystem. Align with the right partners, technology partners, integrators, so that we can together complement each other's skills and quickly achieve, success and scale. I think one of the key things we should do in this is we should try and start with small pilots, and then, we could also look at multiple other models like going for AI as a service or platform-based models. So these are some of the solutions that, we are realizing will definitely help and make a difference.
Excellent. Very, very comprehensive topics that you covered in your response. And you talked about data. AI is only as good as, the data is, and you have to break the data silos for AI to be fully meaningful. That leads me to next question. What are some of the successful case studies or examples that you have within your organization or in general in your industry you see where AI is delivering value and also adoption is very high?
Sure, Rajiv. I really would like to touch upon maybe a couple of examples. So within KBR, we have seen some good successes by adopting AI, early on. So in one case, KBR has built what we call Habilis ecosystem. What it does is it is used for rapid prototyping of AI/ML solutions. So for example, by using this ecosystem, we are able to ingest 10 years worth of data and training, basically putting a neural network through this training in just a matter of weeks. This ecosystem accelerates the process, and this has led to accelerated model development. It has improved the AI adoption by users and also helped build trust in data. Secondly, KBR partnered with Victor to train its engineers. We trained our engineers to build low-code tools in a Python environment through shorter sprints. This has also helped to improve the quality and reduce the dependence on external IT, whilst helping us to improve the engineering workflows, drive better predictability, reduce the errors, and allow us to repeat the same, repeat those solutions for subsequent projects. So I think these are two examples where the application of AI and AI-powered, digitalization is really proving to be successful for KBR. And what it is helping us realize is also that, there is a need to have a clear set of goals and KPIs. And the inherent domain knowledge is very, very important, Rajiv. We see that, starting with the domain knowledge and involving engineers in the process for us is really a game changer. And also increasingly, with cloud data rooms and shared tools are aiding faster decision making. So really trying to embrace the new ways of working in our sector. Fabulous ecosystem and the machine learning proof of concept for us showed that small proofs can be successful. They can really help stakeholders to see value and gain trust.
Oh, thank you, Geeta. I think there is a lot to learn from how you and your team at KBR are using AI in several aspects of the business and deriving value out of it. There is a lot of learning for us as well. While we work as a partner, we have learned a lot on how to leverage some of these technologies into the business that KBR is in, and that has enriched our team from the knowledge as well as technology as well. So thank you for sharing all the insights and approaches that you have taken at KBR.